Hi, everybody. Finishing up getting the altar space ready for the scrying ritual tonight. It is October. It's almost Halloween. Also the dark moon. So I thought it was the perfect time to do a scrying meditation. This time of year is especially good for all types of divination, just because around the world, it's obviously the time of year when the spirit world is the closest or the most available to us. It's when the veil is at its thinnest. So when you're scrying, you can essentially use any type of a focal point. So you could do this in front of a mirror. You could do it sitting in front of a bowl of water, a lit candle. If you have a scrying mirror, that works. Literally anything, anything that you can just stare at and lose focus on. And that's really the whole idea. And certain mediums are a little bit more helpful with that because they either have a reflective surface or they give off some kind of light, or in the case of smoke, you get more abstract shapes and differences in texture and things like that. And it's those minute little changes that allow for the intuitive mind to start interpreting shapes and interpreting meaning. And it's in those little subtleties that, of course, the spirits are able to communicate. So typically, it's done in a much darker room, but just so everyone can see all of this, I have the lights on. Also have the lunar eclipses coming up the beginning of November. So getting ready for that, kind of really doing what's been like a continuing ritual throughout the entire month of October, kind of connecting these different somewhat related rituals. But I've got my full moon oil that I've been working with since 2016 that I'm going to be bringing out. Well, it's already out. It's here on the top altar. So that could also be used as a scrying mirror if you wanted to scry in like a bowl of oil, whether it's oil infused with specific herbs or just a plain carrier oil. Oil makes a good scrying surface as well. And then with that, like you can float different things in it. You can float inks or different tinctures and get different shapes or different answers depending on, whether it sinks or falls or things like that. But I'm not doing anything like that. No, like yes or no type answers, I guess. I do have some spirit dice here that I could do yes or no answers with, but really it's just kind of a general scrying ritual. So with scrying, you're usually getting more detailed impressions that relate to the situation or specific communication from a spirit, not necessarily, roll the dice and odd numbers are no and even numbers are yes. So with scrying, you're able to it's a little bit more abstract, which might make it a little bit more difficult for some people, but it also kind of opens up for, a lot more nuance and potential in the information that's being channeled. Oops, I think that's it. So like I said in the handout, a lot of the stuff here is extra. You can set up your altar however you normally would. The main thing, like I mentioned, is the focal point for scrying. Also the specific plant ally that you're working with. So if you're using a flying ointment or an incense or a smoking blend, or taking some other kind of plant medicine, prior to getting the altar set up, doing the candles and all of that, depending on what you're working with and how you're working with it, and really taking that 30 minutes beforehand, or kind of as we go with some of these, with incense and smoking blends are more, something that takes effect or is noticeable right away versus something that you put on your skin or ingest. So just doing the timing there with that. So I wanted to incorporate various different elements also to show the different ways that these tools can be used in ritual. So I've got a number of different divinatory tools. We've got the skull up above, the bowl of oil or water. I have the bone throwing bag down below, also a set of runes to the right, and then the Southern Botanic Oracle, which is a plant-based oracle deck, and the Morgan Greer Tarot, which is just essentially Rider-Waite style tarot, different art. So there, this is meant to be a group working meditation. So even if we all do it at different times, I wanted to provide enough different modalities so that everybody has something to interpret, in addition to their own experiences. So there'll be the more specific interpretive things that come through with the different divinatory tools, and then the scrying portion, which will be individual to everyone. I'm just mentioning the upper altar. This is where the scrying ritual is actually going to take place. So where the focal point is essentially, you don't have to have like an upper and lower setup. This is just how the wall is shaped here. So that's what I did. But the focal point here on top, and then I've also got a taper candle behind it, which really doesn't matter because it's mainly the black skull in the foreground. I chose this because of the time of the year, wanting to scry and communicate with spirits of the dead. Skulls and representations of them are very powerful tools. They can act as spirit houses and oracles for divination, and they can be a focal point for scrying. They can be employed magically to represent the minds of others, or the practitioner themselves. Sort of working this technique in either way. You sort of bring information in or plant information if you're doing more of a spell work type of a thing. But in this case, we are using the skull as a spirit house or an oracular skull. So I filled it with some different plants that I collected from the cemetery down the street from where I live. And then it's also surrounded in deadly nightshade berries. There's some deadly nightshade berries inside it. And then the herbs that I sprinkled around it, that is chervil or French parsley, which I mentioned a bit later in the handout. So the lower altar, that's where all of the divinatory tools are, just kind of where I spread everything out. Because generally with these types of things, they do the guided meditation, or you do the guided meditation and listen to it. And then you've got your different divinatory tools spread out, and you're just kind of there divining and working with yourself and going through your own more personal part of the process. So the guided meditation is essentially just to get you there and get you started. So at the end, I just kind of stop talking and let you guys do your thing. The first incense that I'm going to be burning is the Nectar of the Grave incense. I did this formula in the most recent fall collection. It is made with the entheogenic base being henbane leaves. It's got honey, cider spices, allspice. So in addition to the henbane, it's got kind of like a sweet and warming aroma or energetics to it. So to be pleasing to those spirits, to remind them of life, to remind them of the sweetness, the warmth. This is the Knife of the Underworld, made last October with the infernal names, Gaseon, Namil, Lucifer, Astaroth, Inanial. There's an anointing oil, a necromantic anointing oil called Spiritus Mortem or Sanctus Mortem by Seven Sisters. So again, it's a necromantic anointing oil. So inviting the spirit of henbane in to ferry us from the land of the living to the land of the dead. Devil's Eye, Stinking Nightshade, Bilsumkraut, Hyoscyamus, henbane, and Axis Mundi, sacred to the gods of both the sky and the underworld. The invoking pentagram. I'm going to start with a breathing technique to get everybody into a more relaxed meditative state of mind. So in order for you all to hear this, I'm going to have to screen share. So we may flash to a different screen momentarily.
Hi guys, welcome. This is a guided maze. Relax some games. Lie down, sit down, whatever it takes. Relax. Are you ready? Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just go with the flow of the breath. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like a wave.
Make it circular. Fully in and letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. Ten more. Fully in, let it go. Five more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Fully in and let go. All right. 1 minute breath hold from now on. Be in this moment. Let the body do what the body is capable of doing. Be aware of your heartbeat. Slow it down and just be in this moment. Let that relaxation spread down to your toes, into your fingertips, to the base of your neck and head. You are almost there. Do you want to prolong your breath hold? Pause the video now and continue when you feel the urge to breathe. Okay, recovery breath in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Round number 2. Back into that rhythm. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like a wave. Make it circular. Fully in and letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. In with peace, out with stress. More. Fully in, let it go. Nice, deep, circular breaths. 5 more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Fully in. And on the exhale, stop. 1.5 minute breath hold from now on. Feel, become aware of your body. If your hands and feet are tingling, or you feel your body temperature is changing, that's okay. You're doing fantastic. If you need to breathe before I give the cue, that's okay. You are almost there. Do you want to prolong your breath hold? Pause the video now and continue when you feel the urge to breathe. When you're ready, fully in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Round number 3. Back into that rhythm. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. In with the relaxation, out with the stress. In, out. In, out. In, out. Into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like a wave. Make it circular. Fully in and letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. In with peace, out with stress. Ten more. Fully in, let it go. Nice, deep, circular breaths. Five more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Fully in. And on the exhale, stop. 1.5 minute breath hold from now on. Become aware of the blood running through your veins, your heart beating. Feel. Seconds left. You are almost there. Do you want to prolong your breath hold? Pause the video now and continue when you feel the urge to breathe. All right. Breathe in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Let your breathing return to normal as you finish up the round. Move your body bit by bit, starting with your fingers and your toes. Let your breathing normalize.
probably already in a comfortable position. As we begin the guided meditation, feel free to open your eyes. Gaze in the direction of your scrying medium, but don't focus on any specific part. Allow your eyes to relax and your vision to become blurry. Let go of the urge to bring anything into focus. Dim lighting is especially helpful with this technique. So you are essentially looking not at the object, but through it, allowing your eyes to become unfocused, like a magic eye book. Henbane and other nightshades are very effective at enhancing the results of scrying because of the unique effects they have on our vision. You may start to see changes right away, or it may happen throughout the meditation. Everyone sees things differently, and it is very rarely with our physical eyes that things are perceived. Any dreams, insights, or visitations afterwards will also pertain to this session. After the guided meditation is complete, feel free to stay in this position and continue scrying on your own. I'm going to be starting the guided meditation, incorporating my fire in the head oil. So this is a combination of wormwood essential oil and camphor resin, which together create a psychic stimulant, bringing focus, clarity. We just apply some, rub it between our hands, and then just cup your face like you're about to sneeze, like that. And then just taking 3 deep breaths, inviting those plant spirits in. I'm also going to be switching over to a different incense. This one is called Witch's Eye. It's by Spiritus Arcanum. Oh, that was a horrible squeaking noise. And this is specifically for scrying and for psychic workings in particular. So I've moved that to the center. We can also scry the smoke. So everybody, let's start by taking 3 deep breaths. Imagine yourself just as you are, in a place between places, where countless others have been. At the threshold of life and death. This is our doorway. We created it, and we hold its key. Taking deep, relaxed breaths. Imagine yourself sitting before your altar, seeing you seated across from yourself in the darkness. Envision your double sitting before you. Notice how they are exactly the same. This technique can be enhanced by sitting in front of a mirror, but it is not necessary. The darkness is our mirror. We open the door to the other. Peer into the darkness before you. Allow your physical vision to surrender. Breathing deep and releasing. Look at the self before you in your mind's eye. See what you would see if you were sitting in front of a mirror. Gaze into your own eyes. Connect to the other. As you draw in your breath, you breathe in sync. You feel your connection. You may notice it is difficult to keep eye contact with yourself. Even in front of the mirror, the eyes are often obscured. Trying to focus on any specific point may cause the image of yourself to fade away completely, and that is okay too. Allow the shadows to take on their own form. Noticing the subtle movement without focusing on it. Even in darkness, our eyes try to shape the light. Let go of your physical sight. Allow your mind to stop making sense of the messages your eyes are sending. Sight exists only in the mind. Continue breathing in sync with your double, knowing that you are the same. See yourself from their perspective. Become the other. Concentrate on this vision of yourself, allowing it the freedom to change. Other images may compete for your attention. The face before you may take on a different shape. Notice these changes, but don't try to control them. You're seeing in two worlds at once. Aware of the physical background, but there are many other layers to this. When we let go, we allow our eyes to see at their full capacity. Scrying is like looking at a pool of water. You see the surface of the water. You see your reflection. yet you are aware of greater depths beyond it. And if the water is clear, you can see all of these things. Other creatures may pass through the water. The same is true here. What lurks beyond? What waits in the depths of darkness beyond self? With the protection of the spirits of the land and our plant allies, we open a window to the spirit world. We invite our beloved dead, ancestral spirits to be our emissaries to the other world. Just as we seek to connect to the other world, there are those who seek to connect with us. Curious spirits on both sides of the veil, upholding the great work. We invite those curious spirits, the seekers, the secret keepers, to share in this communication. With the aid of our familiar spirits, we open the door to sight.